morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. Welcome to Hunky Dory TV for our second show this week. And we have got a DL delight for you this morning. You are going to absolutely love this. We hope you are all keeping well and warm in this weather. My name's Amy. I'm presenting the show today alongside Rebecca. Good morning, Rebecca.
Morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm not sure how long you can say it for.
No.
I feel like mid-January I'm going to go with. And in the demonstration station, we have got Mr. Craig Lade. Good morning.
Good morning.
You okay?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much.
What's in the mug?
Yes, hot tea.
Oh, nice.
Hot tea, yeah, but wait, I don't like it too strong.
Yes.
Like if I'm making myself cups of tea, like one tea bag would do me like 3 cups.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you come round to mine, you will get a fresh tea bag every time.
That's good to know.
But yeah, for myself, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like dip out.
Done.
Done.
Just show it the cup.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Do you know what you were just saying there as well about saying Happy New Year and how long you can get away with saying that? I also think as well, how long can you get away with saying, oh, it's Christmas? You know, when you say, I'm going to have that extra, oh, I shouldn't have that sweet, oh, it's Christmas.
Yeah, no, you see, I'm done with that now.
Are you?
Yeah, from yesterday, no excuses.
No excuse, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, I'm weird, as we know, because I love Christmas,
Yeah.
right? But soon as Christmas Day's over with, no Christmas films, no Christmas music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if it comes on the radio or something, then
You turn it off.
no, I'll leave it on. But yeah, no, I won't go out my way to listen to Christmas because it gets me excited, and I think, well, it's done now. Like the actual build up to Christmas is done.
And I feel like our build-up is much longer than a lot of people's.
We're waiting to
isn't
start it again soon, aren't we?
We are.
Well, slight exaggeration, but
No,
yeah,
it's not,
It's
is
not
it?
going to be long, is
No.
it? No, not at all.
But I'm quite excited about it.
Yeah.
As I was packing all my Christmas clothes away, I thought, I'll see you in 6 months. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
We have got a brilliant show for you today. As I say, we have got our DL Delights for you. But before we take a look at those, let's have a look at our Win It Weekly. Look at this prize.
This is bonkers.
What a brilliant prize to start off January. Because I was just saying, wasn't I, before the show, I feel like January is Januarying at the minute.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so we here we're going to have lots of fun, and this is what you could win. 2 lucky winners are going to be in with a chance to win a super-sized guillotine. And if you know Craig, you know he's a guillotine super fan, aren't you?
Love my large guillotine,
Yeah,
yes.
but unfortunately he's not allowed to enter this. Worth $49.99. All you need to do is like, share and comment the answer to the following question. Which of the following is not a New Year's tradition? Is it A, eating a bowl of soup at midnight, B, throwing a bucket of water out the front door, or is it C, walking round with an empty suitcase? I don't know this one, do you?
I don't know it, but
I mean, I haven't done any of them.
I've not done any of them, but when reading them, I think I don't know the answer, but I think I've got a good indication of what might be the right answer.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to cheat and look in the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
Because usually you see one answer, don't
One
you?
answer,
that's sort
yeah.
of more popular.
One of them is, I think it's a more kind of like New Year thing. I can understand, you know, where it comes to, you know,
Can you?
passing the old year into the new year.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go. That gave you any hints?
probably not.
Probably not, but like, share and comment for your chance to win, and we will announce those 2 lucky winners on Friday's show. We've got to go straight into it.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
have a look at the cards that you are going to be able to make with this brand new collection. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at what you can grab hold of today. This is our DL Delights, our ultimate collection. Just love the fact you're getting 4 die sets and 2 masks. £60.96 or £54.86 if you are a Diamond Club member. For those of you who don't know, DL size, Craig, would you just read it out? It's on the glass mat, isn't it? What's
Yes.
the exact size of a DL?
So the exact size of your
I
DL
think it's on the right side, isn't it, in the chart?
Yeah, so it's 8 1/4 by just shy of 4 inches. So
Okay.
if you want to be exact, you can make it 8 1/4 by 4 inches.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of the height of an A4 sheet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But look at what you can get. So we'll go through each one and then we'll look at them in more detail during the show. First of all, you are getting your straight edge nesting dies, your DLs. The number of times I have to remeasure a DL card
Always.
to see the size of it and then try and work out all your mats and layers. Here it is already done for you. Look at the size of the dies. If you put your hand there, you can just see, can't you, the size that you are going to get with those. And I think that centre one, perfect for sentiments
Isn't
as
it?
well,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it really is.
Especially those stamps or dies that you've got. You are going to be able to create your mats, layers and frames with all of these. If you do want them on their own, they're $17.99 or $16.19 if you are a Diamond Club member. But have a look and see what else is included in the Ultimate Collection, because I think you're going to want them all. Sorry, that was the straight edged. Yeah. And then we've got, did you say scallop or scalloped?
Scallop.
Scallop edge. Yeah. Nesting dies. Going to work perfectly with these ones as well. Again, if you want them individually, $17.99 or $16.99 if you are a Diamond Club member. Look at that.
For anyone that knows me over time, Amy, knows that I love nesting dies.
Oh gosh, yes.
I think they're so underrated at time, and some people just pass over them and go, oh, it's just nesting dies.
No.
They're not just nesting dies.
No, I mean, having that one on the outer and that one on the inside and doing your frames for
Frame
it,
your cards,
for shaker cards.
Absolutely.
Your apertures in
even
the front
for
of your
gutting.
cards. Yes.
Gutting your card.
Yeah, saving all of that precious card stock. But look at the edge that you are going to get on those. You can buy these together. Lots of different options for you today, which is what we like in January,
Always
isn't
like
it?
that.
Scalloped and your straight edge DL nesting dies multi-buy, $29.98 or $26.98 for Diamond Club members. So you are saving £6 by getting those two, and you can see how well they are going to work together. I mean, just taking a look at that one, nothing else needed.
No, it really isn't.
Your coloured card stock. How quickly are you going to be able to make your cards up if you're making to sell? Definitely get a batch of these made up with those vertical sentiments as well. So those are your nesting dies. So they come in the Ultimate Collection. You also get, look at these, your gerbras and your roses. These also come as a pair, $29.98 or $26.98. Look at that. I mean, that's your card done, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I just think with this collection, I was lucky enough to launch it on Hobby Maker as well, which was so busy. And obviously get to launch it here today with yourself on HDTV. This is another one where, when it comes to dies, my favourite dies are big, bold dies, where it can fill the card.
Well, it does work for you, doesn't it? Your card's done,
That's
isn't it?
Yeah.
Using these.
And then with the nesting dies, as you'll see shortly, how you can manipulate them.
Yeah, and the nice thing with your dies, you've got lots of different options with these. Whether you do them maybe in like your black cardstock with a really bright background, whether you do them in your white cardstock and use your alcohol markers.
Or have you been having a little spy at my demos?
No,
No.
I haven't actually, no.
No, you've not actually, have you?
No.
Great minds think alike.
Paper piecing you could do, so many different options. And don't forget, you can always go back, watch Craig's shows from Hobby Maker on Sunday. Also check out our website and Pinterest for more ideas. So those are the two together. That is your Ultimate Collection. And then, I still feel one of the most underrated products, masks.
Completely agree.
Look at how sort of universal these are going to be. You've got your leaves and your trellis as a multi-buy, £6.75
Bro.
for a Diamond Club member. You know, if that's what you know, that could create so many backgrounds.
So many,
it?
yeah.
So many different cards. Whether you use your pens to sort of use them as a stencil, isn't it,
good
and draw
idea,
through
yeah.
them. Whether you're an inky blender kind of person, whether you want to run them through your die cutting machine to emboss them onto cardstock. So many different ways that you are going to be able to use these. And I think looking at these, you can also tile them.
You couldn't you?
You know, so if you are doing larger than your DL, you are going to be able to do that as well. So just to recap then, your DL Delights, your ultimate collection, £60.96 is saving you £20. You are getting your scalloped edge nesting dies, you are getting your straight edge nesting dies, you are getting your 2 masks there, and you are also getting your 2 floral panels, the roses and the gerberas there. All of that you are going to be able to get for £60.96 or £54.86 if you are a Diamond Club member. But the best way to see these in action, other than a demo, which we are going to come to, is to have a look at some of the card samples that have been made. Love that one.
So effective. Clean, cut, simple, but
Yeah.
brilliant.
And just, I love the fact you could use your scraps to do that, couldn't you, as well? You can see here we've got bookmarks that you can make. There you go, that's better. Look at the inking on there.
It shows the versatility of the scallop nesting dies as well, doesn't it?
Definitely. Yeah, and that you don't need to use the largest ones, the DL size as well. This one here, I mean, just cutting that panel in your coloured cardstock and adding it onto your card blank.
So striking.
Yeah. And then you could maybe just, excuse me, add a sentiment as and when, couldn't you? You need it.
Batch make them and then, yeah, just pop that sentiment
Yeah.
on.
Oh, look at that one. All the colours of the rainbow on there. Just really bright and cheerful, aren't they?
How cool
Love
is
that one
that?
as well, do you? Love the colour of the card blank there.
That's a nice
So
one,
very
yeah.
often go for white, isn't it?
Yeah.
So to have that difference there. Big thank you to our design team who have done these cards for us.
All of these done with the nesting dies.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, you can create your card blanks like I'll show you as well. So you've got all these different
Oh,
card
perfect.
blanks at your fingertips.
What a clever idea as well. Love that idea. So just, again, so many different ways that you are going to be able to use those. And I think DL cards are really on trend at the minute, aren't
They
they?
seem to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to say, it's never been really one of my go-to, but lately, because I think, you know, I like to follow trends as well as hopefully start them like we do here at Hunky Dory. But I've seen that they seem to be quite trendy at the moment.
Look at this.
Fussy cutting as well, brilliant.
How effective does it look with the black and white as well?
A few snips, that's all you need,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Absolutely stunning. So again, a massive thank you to our amazing design team for those cards. But Craig, I think we need to come to you for a demo, if that's
Shall
okay.
we do that? Of course it is, yes. Rightio. Let's bring in our plates here. So we're going to go in with the roses first. So we're going to go and we're going to take the die. Now these are what I would class, many people would class as a creator card. So that means if you cut this into your cardstock or into your card blank, it stays in your card. It does not come out.
Yes, am I right in thinking there's no outside
There is
cutting
no
die?
outside edge,
So
no.
you can have your sort of border,
Absolutely. Whatever
Yeah.
thickness, so you can either cut your border, or this is when a couple of the larger nesting dies will work, whether it is the scalloped or whether, of course, it's the actual frame. So what I'm going to do is that's the largest of the scallop, so we're going to sit that there for a moment because that's going to be our card blank. Now the second largest is what we're going to be using. Now you just need to be careful at this point because this fits in just perfectly. With the rose, you've got a little bit of kind of an overhang to the image, which works well. So if I put it there, you've got your straight edge all the way around, but this one's got that bit of an overhang.
Yes, yes.
So it does fit in there. So you're going to secure it with your tape. However, if you're a little bit wary, just do it separate. Cut that one first and then cut that one, or you can cut that and then cut that after. It's entirely up to yourself. And the technique that I'm going to show you, what you're going to want to do is you can use your glue, you can use your dotted tape runner. You'll see why I prefer to use my sticky mitt sheets in a moment. And we're going to pop just some of our Colour Me white cardstock onto a piece of the double-sided adhesive sheet. Press that down. If you've ever got residual sticky sheet, what to do is with your scissors, trimmer, guillotine, a lot of people, Amy, will be in the habit of trimming along your card. That's where you can start to gunk and damage your scissors. And even although they've got a non-stick coat, and because it's an incredibly strong adhesive and it's edge to edge, so the biggest tip I can give you is cut on the card. Just cut on the card, and then it stops it from sticking and getting in your way. And then what I'm going to do, so we can not necessarily make it easier, but just so I can keep this bit for another time, because this is now a full part that's got a sticker on the back. So I can die cut it, stamp in colour, cut out, you've got options there. So we're going to go in and we're going to die cut these ones. So it's not the largest one just now, it is this one here. So we're going to align that one in. So this is going to cut into our card and give us that scalloped frame edge all the way around. And then we're going to go in with our low tack tape. So we're just going to stick this one down. If you do only have your low tack tape at the moment, this is the ultra low tack tape, don't worry, because what I'm doing is I'm sticking it down to all these little bits that are going to be waste. So if you've got a strong die cutting machine like we do, you don't have to worry about any fibres potentially being pulled up, because we're not wanting these little bits here. And then what we can do is we can run this one through. So we're going to run it through. I'm going to go a little bit of an angle because you've got a lot of cutting points there. And then we're just going to run that one. So we're just going to then feed that one in. So you don't necessarily have to have a large die cutting machine. You can have your smaller A5. What you'll need to do though is you'll need to run it through and cut, and then you'll need to pull that die up and then cut the other half.
Yeah, but I suppose if you've used your low tack tape to secure it down, it's not going to move, is it? So you're going to be able to do that, yeah.
Not at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check, so that looks as though it's cut perfectly. What I am going to do, usually I will add in a metal shim. And that's because you've got your card, you've then got your sticky adhesive, and then you've got that non-stick backing. Now, as much as that looks like that's cut no problem, what I'm going to do, just to make sure, just going to go through.
There's no harm in doing that, is there?
No, and that's, if you have got little bits that have not quite cut, again, because you've got the sticky in the middle, you've got that non-stick sheet, it can be a little bit, you know, a bit of a pussy trying to pop them all out. So we can take that out here. And then always look at your waist, Amy, because what I could do is if I wanted to cut that one out, what I've then got is a really nice delicate frame.
Yeah.
Or if I was to neaten, although it's pretty much straight within the middle, you've then got an elongated frame as well.
Yeah.
So always look at your waist. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to start to pop all these little bits out, and be careful because you've got those layers. So we just want to prise that slowly, because what you need to keep in mind as well is because you've got the sticky layer, that edge will sometimes just tack itself to the die.
Right, okay, yeah.
So it won't damage the die, it won't be, any residual won't be left on the die because it's got a non-stick coating as well, but what will happen is it will all just stay in place. So we're just going to prise that
Lots
up.
and lots of people in the chat this morning.
Nice.
Can we just wish Jenny Clark a very happy birthday? She's full of a horrible cold.
Oh no.
We hope you feel better soon, but have a lovely birthday.
Have a lovely day. It was my mum's birthday yesterday.
How was it?
It
you
was,
should have said
yeah.
we could have given her a shout out.
I never thought.
Mr. Adam Humphries is in the chat.
Who? That was quick thinking for me, to be fair.
That was good,
That was good, wasn't it? Hi, Adam.
Good morning, Adam. We will see you later.
Well, you will.
Oh, yeah, I will.
I'll see you in a month, Adam. I might put annual leave in for that day. No, I'm joking. We've got plans, haven't we, Amy?
Lots of plans.
Lots of plans.
Oh, let us know if you've got any birthdays or celebrations this week. That's what we want, isn't it?
It is. So it's my mum's birthday yesterday. It's my little cousin. I say little cousin. She's like 28. It's her birthday in a couple of weeks' time. And it's my uncle's 60th at the end of next month. So, yeah, I've got a few at the start of January, a couple in February, and then that's me. Oh, it's my auntie and uncle's anniversary in March. Then it's my auntie's birthday in April. So, yeah, so I've still got quite a few to come.
You've got quite a few cards to make, Craig.
I do. And I'll definitely be making them, that's for sure. That is for sure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to peel that backing off, and then any of that little bits that are still in place, pop them out, because you'll probably find these little bits, it's not actually card, it's just the leftover of the non-stick sheet. So therefore it will prise away really, really easily. And you're going to want to, of course, take your time. You could, of course, if you wanted to, I like to gently peel the die cut back, but if you've got your die brush, you could use that. And then once you're happy that you've got all the little bits out, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our die again. Well, yes, we are. We're going to bring in that same die. So I'm just going to set that out the way for a moment. And you can use that as a way to spritz through in that as well if you want to. It is delicate, but if you're to lay that down, you can then spritz through it with any of your shimmer sprays and that, and then just lift it up and then discard it.
I mean, you could. There is a card sample. I will actually show it in the next part where they've cut it from cardstock and used that as like a mask and ink through it.
Brilliant, yes.
Just another way that dyes are so versatile, isn't it?
Really, really are. Really are. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that same die at the moment, so it's still that same outline die, and we're going to run that one through, because this is going to be our base. And the base to colour onto, I might add. And it will, at first glance, if you've never seen the technique that I'm away to show you, it's going to look so messy to start with, but then you have that really, really kind of cool, well, not necessarily reveal, but cover up at the end. So let's run that one through here. And for me, die cutting is my happy place.
Yes.
I love die cutting.
It, yeah.
Yes.
And Karen says that has cut out beautifully, Craig. And I think that is the thing with our dies. We always need to give them such a big shout out to Stacey and Jen.
Absolutely.
The designers of all of our Moonstone dies. They just get it perfect every time. Spot
on. Your nesting dies, the frame dies.
The delicate dies, but not too delicate that you can't cut them, or, you know, you could see with that one how well it was able to die cut.
And same with being able to create kind of a really complex looking card by the end, and it's really, really simple. So I've got this one. What I've already done as well, Amy, is I've done two. So exactly the same outline die, same frame die, exactly the same, no difference, and we can set that to the side for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to match this up. So we're going to overlay it straight over the top. So we're going to match up all the scallops all the way around, like so. And then I'm just going to press down, and even leaving it at this point, giving you that 3D skeleton sort of look, looks really effective, but we're not.
I mean, white on white always looks really
beautiful,
good,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And that then gives you that faux heat embossed look, because that could have been a stamp with white embossing powder on your card, but you've got that faux embossed look, but then with your dies. And then we're going to go in with some of our Prism alcohol pens. So I'm going to go in with olive drab, I'm going to go in with deep red, and we're also going to go in with pale blue. So anyone that's got the big boxes, it's B32, R29, and then G05. And at this point, and I do have one complete, so you're not going to have to see me do it the whole entire lot, but we will do a fair bit. What I'm going to start to do is colour in. Every now and again, I'll lift it up higher so you can see, but don't worry about going over onto the embossed edge, basically. Don't worry about that, because this is where our additional piece is going to come in handy just shortly.
So almost using that one that's already on there is like a stencil, isn't it? To
It is, yeah.
keep within the lines, Craig.
That's it, keep within the lines. Something like this, you don't have to worry about that, or as I like to call them, the bumper bars. They give you that bumper bar to work. You know, not that I use bumper bars when I go bowling.
I need them.
Do you?
After my bowling experience over the Christmas break.
You've not told me about that, have you?
Oh. You know, my grandchildren are 3.
Yeah.
They both beat me.
I wouldn't be saying that out loud, Amy.
I don't mind.
You do?
Well, no, I don't. It's all good.
You can tell by the tone of her
No,
voice.
it was actually such fun.
I bet it was.
I do really enjoy bowling.
It is fun.
And it's one for kind of all the ages, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
It's amazing how people can get really competitive with them, the bowling.
Mind you, did you see the video of Dan and Alan doing that colour challenge was out over Christmas? When I watched it back, I was like, they were getting very competitive.
They were, weren't they?
That poor table.
Your poor hand, I kept whacking your hand. I have to say, like, Kelly and Jess, I know Jess done, it was Jess that done the editing, wasn't it? The socials.
Yeah.
You know, every week, but certainly over the Christmas period. The outtakes, I was ending myself with you on one of them. Got a few of them, but so much fun. So all that I'm doing, you can blend if you want. I'm not. If I was to blend, what I would do, actually, no, I wouldn't do. What was the way to say? Oh, yes, I would. Just ignore me. I'm contradicting myself here. I'll start that again. If I was blending, where I'm going to be using a few colours from the same colour family at once, like 2 or 3 reds, what I would do, Amy, is I would put a scrap bit of cardstock underneath, just because you see how that's starting to bleed?
Yes.
If I do it onto a non-porous surface, glass mat or craft mat, what could potentially happen is it bleeds onto your glass mat, craft mat, and then soak back up into your card.
Oh, okay.
And then it can start to bleed out
Good
that
tip.
way.
So have another piece of cardstock
Yeah.
underneath.
But because I'm only going in with one layer of colour, I'm not building up that intensity of that blend of colour. I'm not really bothered about it because I'm not going in deep enough with the alcohol colour for it to give time to seep all the way through. But yeah, it's just if you're going to be doing blends and multiple layers at once, I would put a bit of scrap just underneath. So we're colouring in, and the reason that I've used our sticky mitt sheets is because, yeah, I'm a fan of the white glue, but what you need to keep in mind is if any seep under and dries, that creates a little bit of a resist effect.
Yes, you
And
will.
although an alcohol pen will cover it, you'll still see that kind of sheen from the glue underneath.
Yeah.
And same with the dotty tape runner. Although it's fine, fine dots, what can happen is even just that little bit that's just popping out underneath, it creates that kind of resist sheen. So if you use your double-sided adhesive sheets, then it just eliminates all of that.
Yeah.
You've got no residual adhesive popping out. And I'm going to lift, so you can see at the moment, you know, it looks messy because I'm going in and I'm layering it down. But trust the process, absolutely. Trust the process. And I'll do this top part of the rose and then we'll come in with another colour as well.
Oh, lots of birthdays in the chat.
Nice.
Is it Pina? It's her 53rd wedding anniversary today.
Wow, happy anniversary.
Snowing, but it was foggy on their wedding day. My husband always has the excuse of he was really the best man in any disagreement. Oh, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Yeah, it's do those of you that do have birthdays in January, certainly early January, do you like your birthday in January or do you hate your birthday in January? Because it's a awkward one, isn't it?
I feel like I'd quite like it.
But then you've got to wait like another.
How much have we seen in the sales that we like? You know, sale shopping.
So, yeah.
So you get more for your money, wouldn't you? If you
That is true. That is true. It just means though you have to wait. like 11 months until Christmas comes and get more presents and celebrations.
You just buy your own presents.
Yeah, there is that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that. I like that idea. Just buy your own.
Oh, Crafty's got Donna's still got birthday points to spend from just before Christmas.
Fab.
Bet there's people still got their vouchers, isn't it, to spend?
Bet they do. I bet they do, yeah. That's the thing, as you were saying, though, when you've got the sales, it means that you can get that little bit more, can't you?
Yes, yeah. Mind you, I love the fact that we did our sales pre-Christmas, didn't we?
Yeah. That's nice. That's good. That's good for yourself. That's when you do want to treat yourself, isn't it? And you feel as though you can justify treating yourself when it's in the sale.
Yeah, we had some really amazing deals, didn't we?
Some cracking deals, they really were. And not even things that just stuck at the back of the warehouse, you know, like some companies do. Some of it was relatively new as well. So I've just gone in with the green and I'm just colouring in the leaves. So I'll do this one as well and then we'll skip to the blue. But as you mentioned, it was a demo I'd done on Hobby Maker, paper piecing. Paper piecing is very therapeutic, in my opinion, to do. It's a nice thing to do.
So with paper piecing, you're not doing that today, are you?
No.
So what you could do with that, so you'd cut the die out of normal cardstock and then would you stick it onto one of those double-sided adhesive sheets?
So the outline of the die cut?
No, so cut the outline of the die in normal cardstock.
Yeah.
And then stick it onto a sticky...
Yes, sorry, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. So there's two ways that you can do that. That's one of the ways, Amy, and that's a really, really good way. What I like to do is kind of what I've done at the moment, and then what I'll do is all the little pieces that I pop back in, what I'll do is I'll go in with my 2-in-1 glue pen.
Okay, yeah.
And essentially colour in with my 2-in-1 glue pen and then stick that little bit in. So it's either or. If you don't want to mess about with any glues, then your way is a really good way. Or if you don't mind your white glue or your 2-in-1 glue pen, then you can come along and do it the way that I tend to do it. You could, in case anyone's wondering, you could stick your colour card onto the back of the sticky mitts and die cut them. So then all your little bits will be stickers. The only thing you need to keep in mind is all these little tiny bits trying to get the backing off if you were if you struggle in that way. So there is alternative ways in which you can do your paper piecing, but you'll find your own way that you like to do. So I'm just going to do this little bit here of the blue, and then I can bring in the one that I've done. And then this one.
Fiona, you are so good. She finally opened her last goodie box today.
Today, brilliant. Although I probably would have had them ripped open by now.
Mine would probably be open whilst it was still in the post person's hands. Got the golden oldie set, a new advent die and pad. Oh, brilliant.
So good.
Able to get a head start on this Christmas's cards, isn't it?
That is my plan this year. Get
I
a
think
head
what
start.
we should do is around the 25th of every month, we should make at least 2 or 3 Christmas cards.
Yeah, I like that
And
idea.
then how quickly is that going to build up over the year, isn't it?
Yeah. The other thing that I want to do, start early, is make my gift tags for my presents. Because I even didn't do that last year.
And I feel like we should have a cracker competition this year.
A what?
Cracker
Cracker competition.
Cracker competition.
Yeah, I thought you said
Mind
something
you,
else. So you say, yeah, we
I
don't
think
want to
you'd
do
win
that.
that one. Yours looks so good.
So I make them every year for my mum. The actual crackers themselves are like cracker kits, but then I decorate them myself. And it's just something that I kind of do every year now. So let's just do this little bit here, and then it gives you that idea as to where we're going. so. So if I stop there. So that was the red, the green, and then the blue. So you can then carry on all the way down. You know what you could do as well if you wanted to is have a little bit of a guide and then just colour so much, leave the others white, and then maybe a ribbon strip or something like that across the join. So you've got that colour versus that outline of the white. And then once you've done that, Amy, that's what it's going to look like when it's all coloured in. And do you know what? It still looks all right. It's got that rustic colour on the outline. It's still presentable, so to speak. But what we're then going to do is if we come along with the additional one that we've cut, and then we're going to peel that off. So we're just going to carefully peel that one off. And then what we can do is that a little bit out? Yep. We're going to match up the corners again. And we're just going to match up the corner, match up the scallop. And then what we're also going to do is then...
The difference that makes, isn't it?
Huge, huge difference. And I want to make sure it's pretty much bang over the top. So we're going to lightly press that down. And then, if you want to, if you've got your glossy glaze, you could come along and then infill with your glossy glaze. Because you've got those little indentations there, the glossy glaze will hold in and not seep. So let's press that down. If you've got your brayer, we did have one somewhere, but you could use your brayer if you want to. But then if I lift that up, look at the difference now. So that's how we started, but then how fab does that look?
It's just stunning, isn't it? And it really creates depth to it as well, doesn't it?
It does. And that's no blending. That's not done any blending. That is just simply laying down that colour. So then what we can do is we can start to build our card. That last piece of white I cut into was actually the piece that I needed. Typical. What have we got?
Got any there?
Oh yeah, here we go. So let's take a couple of sheets here. So we're going to now go to that largest scalloped edge die, and taking our sheets of card, I am going to do what I don't actually like doing, and that is cutting two at the same time. I prefer to do them separate. They will cut, but the one underneath isn't quite as fine and finished. You sometimes get a little bit more of a rougher edge to it.
Yeah,
it's not
but
quite as round.
People want that look as well, don't you?
If you want it, then
there's ways,
do it, yeah, absolutely. So we're doing two because we're going to create our own card blank. You will need to make your box envelope or that. But or just a flat envelope. So let's go in and then take those both out here. And I think what I'm also going to do as well, if we go back, Amy, to that second largest die, let's go in a little bit of red Adorable Scoreable. And we're going to cut that one out. And then we're not going to do much to it. I'm going to add my sentiment and a couple of little butterflies, and then that's it. So you could have a really nice time, cut them all, layer them all, and then you could be sitting on the couch watching TV or listening to the radio. I was going to say that if it was last night, you could have been watching Corriedale. Although I made sure, well, I did say it to you last night, I was like, I'm not taking anything home because I'll not get anything done. And I wouldn't have. I was gripped. That, I don't watch Emmerdale, I watch Corrie. I was gripped. That was a brilliant, brilliant crossover. That was so good.
I kind of caught the beginning and the end of it.
Yeah. Now I feel though I have to watch Emmerdale because I want to see what happens now with that crossover of stories. But it was. If any of the cast of Corrie or Emmerdale are watching, which they might be, well done. So what I'm doing on one of the layers, I'm coming down about 3/4 of an inch. it's flexible. Half an inch, it's entirely up to yourself. And I'm just creating that little bit of the hinge. And then we can pop our tape. And I'm going to layer that back over, like so. Press that down. And then this one, let's add my tape to the back. And then I know obviously that's the same size, but what I'm going to do, Amy, is a little drop shadow.
Oh, nice.
So drop shadows, what I like to do is hover over the top, and then 9 times out of 10 I pull down to the bottom right hand corner. So hover over the top and then just pull down slightly. I like my dry tape, as a lot of people know, a tape runner, and I kind of create that barrier with my finger, so I'm not committing just yet. I've still got that movability, but if you want to use your construction glue or that, you can do that. And then once again, let's add that to the back with our tape. That one we can then layer over the top there. And then I'm going to go in with our minis. I love our mini dies. And I've gone in from the hearts. That's the same red, is it chili red? And then just our white card. And then what I've also done from the butterfly set, fluttering butterflies, have to watch how I say that one. I've gone in with just the 3 of the silhouettes.
Yes, yeah.
And let's take our sentiment, and then if I pop the foam pad onto the back here.
This is one of those cards, Craig, as well. I think you could send for so many different occasions,
So many.
couldn't you?
You could, yeah. And then...
Like a great one to have in your stashes and it ready to go.
Yeah. But you could do this with your gel pens, your metallic pens. You could do it with your water-based pens if you want to. There's so many that you can do, technique-wise, that you can do.
And even if you are paper piecing, you sort of your pattern papers, isn't it? Your duo design paper pads, things like that you could use as well.
Yeah, it's also a good one for what I call selective paper piecing. So what I mean by that is, it doesn't take that long to paper piece, but say that you were like, nah, I don't want to do the whole lot. What you can just maybe do is paper piece the rose heads.
Yes,
or just maybe that
just
middle
the
section.
one, yeah.
That's, you can do your selective paper piecing. And then I'm just putting a bit of glue onto the body of the butterfly. And when I position my butterflies, I like to do them in alternative ways, which I'll explain just in a moment. So you can use any of your adhesives. So let's pop that one there. So we're just going to press that down just for a second. Hold that down, lift the wings, and then same with this last one. We're just going to pop that. And this is where the 2-in-1s are good for as well. Just tiny little add-in of adhesive. And pop that and lift. So I tend to do 3, and what I tend to do is one going one way, one going the other, and then the top one going the other. If you do 5, if you do 7, I tend to do it in that same way. And then the butterflies will blend into the back with the red, but then when you see it up close, you just get that little bit of dimension, but it's a nice way to use it as an outline to colour.
Absolutely love it. And I think just that real touch of red, you know, on that drop shadow, just finishes it off.
Finishes it off
perfectly.
just nice, doesn't it?
Ties in all those colours, doesn't it? Susan said, gorgeous card, Craig. Carol said, what a stunning card. Beautiful card. Lots of love for that. Thank you. Beautiful card. Says Sandy. Karen said, that looks amazing, Craig. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely
Thank
love
you.
that. So many more cards that we've got to show you as well. So next up, Craig has just used these. You have got our Gerberas and Roses, your floral panel multi-buy. Same sort of concept, isn't it? So you could do that same card that Craig's done using either the roses or the Gerberas. You are saving £6 by getting the both, $29.98 or $26.98 if you are a Diamond Club member. And you could see the size of it. It is going to fill that DL card for you. So there are the roses and those are your Gerberas. And I think with that one as well, especially this one, depending on the colours you use, they could look like different flowers as well, couldn't they?
I sometimes think they can look like daisies.
Yeah, any colours you could use. And that would be nice because you could leave the majority white, couldn't you?
You could, yeah.
And just sort of colour the centres there as well. If you do want them on their own, they are £16.19 for Diamond Club members or £17.99. But you are saving £6 if you are getting the two together. Those are the floral panels. We have also got your For the Love of Masks. You can get these in a multi-buy as well, so it's saving you £1.50. So £7.50 or £6.75 for Diamond Club members. I love these masks. So you've got your falling leaves, first of all, and then you have also got your trellis. I mean, how useful are these going to be for any flower dyes that you've got?
Yep. Any
floral collections, you are going to be able to use these as well. They are available individually, £4.50 or £4.05 if you are a Diamond Club member. But getting the two together means you are saving £1.50. So grab hold of those while we've got them. But the nicest way to look at them is to see the samples, isn't it? And I'm just looking at the top three, and I'm going to hold them all up if I can. Bear with me. In fact, I'm going to do the top four.
Go for it.
I'm going to do it. So that is all using the same dye.
It is, isn't it brilliant?
It's not until you take a closer look, is it? So look at this one. So this is the one I was talking about earlier with Kirsty's made this one. So use the dye to cut a stencil and then just use it as a mask. How stunning is that card?
It's brilliant, so nice. I love that pastel tone.
And what a brilliant way of being able to use your masks in a different way, isn't it?
Yeah.
This one there, adding your colour onto there. This one was done by Rachel. I love that. Just cut in black, isn't it?
I'm going to do something very similar to that, actually.
So effective. And then cutting it, it's like, is it sandstone or matte acid?
Sandstone, isn't it?
Yeah, on that craft card as well. So you can see so many different options. Do you want to colour it? Do you want to paper piece it? That one, so they look
so
like
simple, but
daisies
nice.
On there, I know. Oh, look at this one. Another one by Kirsty. How lovely is that one? So that is using your Prism brush markers on there.
Wow.
I love that idea.
It's like the pointillism in the leaves, isn't it?
It's got no name on it. It's mine.
Is it yours?
If you've got no name on.
Let's see, if it's got no name, I usually say cat.
What a gorgeous idea of how to use it as well. Another one that's been cut in your white cardstock with that amazing ombre effect, isn't it, in the background there? Just bringing in your inks.
How cool is that?
How lovely is that? So showing that you don't need to use them as DL
no.
if you don't want to. This has been done by Hannah. Love that one. So that is using your Miri Mega Mix there. Just love how different they all look.
And that's it, you know, you can get a different look every time.
Look at that one. Another one by Hannah. Our design team are just the best, aren't they?
They're so good.
The
they
hours
really are.
they spend, I just love to see their ideas, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it gives us inspiration.
It does give us
as well,
ideas,
doesn't it?
yeah.
This one here, another one by Hannah, but put onto a slightly larger card. So again, it doesn't have to always be just your DL.
No, and that's good. So even coming in with things such as your ink pads, your shimmer sprays, creating your own backgrounds, die cut them. That's a brilliant idea.
Oh, look at this one. I'm going to say that. Another one by Hannah. Look at this.
I think Hannah loved these dies.
What made you think that, Craig?
And what I wonder,
I'm sure she did. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. So putting your acetate behind it as well.
And that little grey frame, that goes to show what you can do with your straight edge nesting dies.
Yes, yeah. It makes life so much easier, doesn't it? And I love the fact the paper piecing sort of a lighter shade in the centre there.
She's blended with her cardstock.
Love that.
Brilliant idea.
Absolutely love it. So many brilliant ideas. A lovely one by Wendy. Look at all of these ideas.
That colour against the black. Oh, wow.
Gorgeous. By Donna, so cutting out of your Miri cardstock. And again, lovely use of that nesting dies in the background there.
But how effective is that? Don's just paper piece the leaves.
Yeah.
And gold.
Clever, isn't it?
So clever.
Yeah. And then you're sort of keeping the colour in the flowers as well, aren't you? Look at that one with the mask in the background.
She's snipped away at the side, hasn't she? So it's just the actual flower.
So again, not having to use all of it, you can snip into it. So many different cards. And to think there's only a couple of products, isn't there?
Exactly,
and the different effects that you can get. That is why we love our dies and masks so much. Thank you again. Amazing samples by everyone. But Craig, we're going to come back to you for another demo, if that's
Come back
okay.
to me? Of course it is. Absolutely. Right. So let's go in now with the gerbil. So we're going to go in and take our straight edge. So this one was the third one down. Now, when it comes to anything with straight edge, yes, you can cut them on your guillotine or paper trimmer, but when you've got the nesting dies, the increments are all done for you, the sizing's done for you, and as you can see with Stacey and Jen, they actually work with the actual frame, floral frames, perfectly as well. And we're going to pop that in, and we're going to run that. So I tell you, for anyone that's new or relatively new, just to start off with, let's just cut the die itself. And you're like, what exactly do you mean, Craig, by it? It cuts in, or it's a creator card. What do you mean by that? So we could take any size piece of cardstock and we can run that one through. And I'll show you what I mean by it stays in. So this could literally be an A4 piece of paper, cardstock, and you cut in the middle and it stays within the middle of your card. Or, as we've seen from some of the samples, create your DL card, have your DL card and cut it straight in, and then that's your card blank done with a sentiment, and that's all that you need. So if we take our ultra low tack tape, well look at that, black card, absolutely nothing.
I know.
Nothing on it whatsoever.
You just don't have to worry about taking it off at all, do you?
You don't, no.
And just look how well that die cuts as well.
Cuts beautifully. What's also a nice thing to do with these dies is if you reduce your plate combination with your die and you're left with just an indentation of the outline, that's a cool way. So in essence, you're embossing with your die. That looks smart as well. And do you know what I'm thinking as well? There's a couple of brands that do foiling machines. You could foil that. So you could set that on your platform and you can foil. So just the tip of the design that will then foil. So that's a nice way as well. Right, I'm dropping everything, Amy. Let's just take, it's fallen. So I was looking for my poke tool. This is great, but sometimes I struggle just with the thickness of it. So I was just looking for mine. I don't know, it's probably dropped somewhere. So I'm just going to pop these bits at the real centre. They've got little stitched lines, so they don't actually pop out. It's a detail that you've already got in there that Jen's popped in. So let's, just while I'm doing that, just so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. So if I pop those out, so this, Amy, is where it stays in our cardstock. So it stays in that size of card that I've ran it through, that you can see. And you know what, still looks nice. You can adapt the actual frame yourself. But what we're going to do is let's take the die I was going to use. Another good way of showing that you don't have to do all the die cuts at once. If you're a little bit unsure, then do them individually. So I've cut that, so I can now pop that through. Let's use our die. And I could have even then used one die down, because I've still got that little bit of depth all the way around. So if I wanted to come with a smaller nesting die, I could do that. So I'm just going to tape that one down. Let's run that one. So that's what we mean by it stays in your cardstock. And I love that. I love it when your dies stay in your card. And usually you would get an additional outline die with it. But the great thing with having the nesting dies, it means then we've got choices. We've got choices if we want. So we're going to take that one. So now that is then cut to the size that I want. And then also, if I wanted, I've got a pre-made frame.
Another frame as well.
So always look at your waist. And now that we've got that one done, let's take some of our Colour Me card. And let's go to, I want the largest one. Yeah. So the style, or sorry, the size is going to be not that unsimilar to the last one, Amy. It's about the technique that I'm wanting to show you. It's about the techniques, and then you can then get as creative as you want. So I'm going to do the same again. Let's do 2 to save that bit of time, and then run that one through. And then I'm going to go in with some of my Prism ink pads. So I'm going to go in with yellow, orange and red. So I'll give you the actual names in a moment. Let's align that one up. Let's go, he says, without having to stand it up. Right, let's try moving that back a bit. Third time lucky, let's see. There we go. If you do hear that cracking as well, although these plates are well loved, if you do hear the cracking, then don't worry. It's just because it's straight edge to the die going straight into plastic. So you're not damaging your machine. So if I take them out of the way, now I've got my 2. Now at this point, I am going to use my dotty tape runner in a moment because it's not going to matter. So before we turn it into card blank, let's go Buttercup, Tangerine, Letterbox Red. I've got my blending brushes, but I am also someone that still likes my blending tools. So because we've had them lately, the blending brushes, let's use our blending tools, just so you can see. And then you can tell I've not used the Tangerine because I don't have a hook and loop underneath. And let's go in with that one there. And then I'm going to create my own bit of ombre. So I'm going to go in with my Buttercup to start with. And if you ever struggle with harsh lines or that as you're blending on, I always, what I kind of call the run and jump. So first of all, I take a bit of scrap card, because they're water based. As I start to work my way down, if I'm holding it with my hands, the oils and that from my hands can lift it up. So a bit of scrap, and then I'm going to then just dab that in. So I like to take what I call a run and jump. So I'll start on my craft mat.
I've never heard it called that, but that's what I always do as well,
I've just always called it a kind of run and jump. So I'm getting ready, I'm taking that run and I'm jumping onto my card. I'm not literally jumping on my card, I'm still blending it onto my card.
But starting off the card,
yeah. Just means I'm getting that nice smooth blend started. I've not got that intensity straight away onto my foam.
Yeah, you tend to get sort of harsher lines, don't you, if you start?
You do, yeah.
On the card start.
And then simply blending it on. We can come along and we can manipulate it and blend in with the other colours. And also what I'm doing is I'm holding it close up. So I'm not going down here because there's more of a chance that I can start to bend and buckle. And the slightest crease, your ink's going to pick up on that harsh line of the crease. So that can look fun and that can look funky if you're going with a more distressed look. But if you are trying to avoid any kind like that, as I've just done there, so there's a good chance that my ink pad will pick up that crease line. So practice what I preach, but we're just going to go with it. And then as soon as you've got that crease, it's just wanting to keep jumping up. So we're not doing much more of the yellow anyway, because I'm breaking it down kind of into 3 sections. So go back, always go back. So let's go in with the Tangerine here. And then let's just sort. And then because it's a new ink pad, but it's also a new blending foam, what I'm going to do is I am just going to make sure that it's nicely covered, but I'm really just going to make sure that that's nicely blended in, just so that I've not got any harsh lines again. And then this time I'm just going to come to the side and work my way in. like so, and I'm crossing over slightly onto the yellow so that we can come back just shortly and blend that one in. Let's turn that one around. Usually what I'll do as well, you'll just see it on the camera there, I tend to have them, I'm going to move it down just for a second, Rebecca. What I tend to do is I'll have it against my glass mat. So as I'm pulling down, it's not moving all over the place.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I know we've got...
You're chasing it round the table,
it.
aren't you? Yeah.
I know we've got our mixed media mat. It's not something that I've ever used a lot over the years, like your mats or non-stick mats. If you've got them, brilliant.
Yeah.
If you don't, or you don't get on with them, then that's what I tend to do, is I just have my ink pad against the top of my glass mat, and then I just pull it that way, and it stops you chasing it.
It's just a great tip, isn't it? Just really helpful as well.
Yeah.
Something, you know, as you're crafting, you find out these things, don't you? Trial and error sometimes.
Trial and error.
A few people worried about your jacket, Craig, with this ink, with these inks. Be careful, please.
Ah, bless you. Thank you very much. I don't need to worry because it's a water-based ink pad. So if I did get any, it would just wash out. But on the other hand...
He'd just send us a dry cleaning bill.
Yeah. Dan would be right. Get on your bike. Yeah. It's more my sleeve, I suppose, I need to watch for, but... Yeah. If you can't get messy when you're crafting, when can you? I'm just going to blend so you can see how, with that little crease, it's picked up within the orange. It's still going to work because you're going to have that silhouette with the gerbera. So we've got that one, we've got that one, and then we're going to go in with the letterbox red. So let's blend that one on. You could even then come along with embossing powders and that as well. That would look really nice, really fab. So let's blend that one on. And then you can go with your pink tones, you could go in with your blue tones, or you could go blue, brown, grey. So it's like your sky, the ground, and then, or the sky, the hills, and then the grass for the ground if you want to. Yeah, lots of ways.
You can tell you're a crafter, can't you? I was driving on the motorway the other day and the sky was just amazing. And I thought, how good would that colour combination look?
For the ink, but yeah.
That is my next ombre effect, yeah.
Yeah, you do. Oh, that's going to be good for a background.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with those colours. That would be really, really nice. So there we go. We're just blending these ones. And the things as well, I've not even touched upon the love hearts or the dies. The mask. Ah, there's an idea. Yeah, let's go back to that one. Let's bring in one of the masks. So let's go in with the leaf mask because we've got the flowers here. So I'm just reaching over to find my masks. Not there. There we go. So if we go in with the fallen leaves.
Do you want a cloth for that ink?
Yeah, if you don't mind, that is there one there, is there? Oh, fab.
Use that.
Perfect. So let's take that. Have I got? I do. So I'm just going to give that just a spritz of water just to clean that one off. Like so. And then what I'll do is I'm going to stick with the red. So let's bring that in. And then let's pop that over there. Let's come along with our ultra low tack tape. Now I'm still going to hold it in place, but just be careful in the fact of if your tape is over a full blended background, your tape can lift off quite easily because it won't have anything to stick to because it's still technically wet, so to speak.
Yeah, it's like a freshly inked background and you're trying to put something that sticks something to it, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it. Whereas I shouldn't have that problem because I'm sticking to my stencil and I'm sticking to my glass mat. And then also what it's also doing is it's going to stop me going over the edges because I want to keep that framed edge along there but without any of the stenciled background. So let's pop that on. So let's go in with our stencil. And so we're going to stick with, so that's the tangerine, there we go. So we're going to stick with the red. So I'm going to go in with the red on red. And Well, I am going to put card, because even if I hold it there, I could get my little fingertips, I could get my fingertips, the oils, through the leaves. And then I'm just going to add that to the corner. I'm going to take what I can off, and then because we've still got residual ink sitting on the stencil, don't worry about getting any ink on there. I'm just going to start to kind of blend that one through just within the corner. Let's go a little bit more heavier handed within that corner. Again, let's take what we can off there and then blend that one out. Let's move that out the way, and then let's go in with the yellow. And let's do the same again within the yellow here. Or maybe, I tell you what, no, do you know what will work better? The orange. Let's go in with the orange. But I am going to take some of that orange off, because I don't want it to be overly powering. So we're going to blend that one through. Let's go with a little bit more of the heavier tangerine in the corner. Take some of that off and then blend that one through. This point, what about your black texture paste? That would be a nice way to put the black texture paste over the top.
Yeah.
Not necessarily using the die cut after, just as a way to use the texture
as a background,
paste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would look really nice.
It's such a useful mask, isn't it, this? I think it's going to be
It is.
And don't see it as a DL side,
No.
just see it as a, you know.
Yep. I mean, you could...
border strips, couldn't you? You could extend it out.
Anything like that.
It.
You can, yeah. Let's pull that up, because that could be a little 4x6 that you're inking through. So if we take those off. Now, because it's just with the water-based ink pad, I could reuse these bits if I was doing other background. If it was a texture paste, then I would just discard them. And I always put my tape along the top to start with, Amy. And that's so it gives me that bit of a hinge, so I can lift that up. How smart's that? And if it wasn't overly happy with it, I can just pop it straight down into place. Yeah. And then...
to have a sneak peek.
Yep. But no, I'm happy with that. Actually, really happy with that. And I will say, I didn't plan on doing that. I had the demo in my head, because the other one, I did do that bit of colouring this morning, so that took a little bit of time. So this one, I'm doing it.
I don't know about you and all the crafters out there, the number of times I start a card with one idea in mind, and the finished result is not what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. No. It's a process, isn't it?
It is. It really, really is. So what we can then do is let's bring in, now we're going in, what I am going to do is let's take, I still want that bit of a border. What I should have done is cut this one a little bit smaller so we can layer it onto a bit of black. But let's take just a slither off each bit. So if I think we're going to have to change this blade. We can do it after. So just a little slither all the way round, so that what we've got is we've got a little bit of space to do a very, very fine black matting layer that will work well with the silhouette of the gerbera. So let's just have a look. Maybe that's just a tiny little bit more. And that's it. You can be trial and error. You can manipulate. Because sometimes when you're doing inking, you've got that harsh ink edge round the side, which I like and I usually keep. But if you don't, then just...
I probably wouldn't keep
would
it.
You not?
So I'm
no.
one of those that probably would start and ink a larger piece and then cut it down.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to remove it, then exactly as Amy was saying, or at this point, chop it down. And let's just check that one. So let's make that just a teeny little bit smaller. So I'm just making it 2 notches bigger than the actual size of our background. I needed to do it the other way because it's too large. So another bit of black. This is just matte black card, our matte black card, but you can use your Adorable Scoreable if you want, or your charcoal, I want to say. Matastic. So pop that into there. And that can then, yeah, that'll be fine. I'll need to do another layer for the back of my card blank, but that's fine. So let's tape this one on. And I'm going to, I've always said like before that with the die cut that we've done, we're going to use our dotty tape runner. You can, if you wanted to, use your double-sided adhesive sheets. Ideally, what I would do is maybe just let that sit for 10-15 minutes or so, or maybe give it a light waft with the heat tool just to set the ink before you put your dry tape on. If you're putting a wet glue, it won't matter, just so it doesn't peel off. Press that down, and then that was the die, wasn't it? Yep, let's do one more for the back, and then we can pop our die cut on, like so. And do you know what we're like for time? Yeah. So while I'm doing this one, I'm going to go in with the Good Luck. So that one, because this is going to be our base here, if I cut the background in black, what it's going to do is it's just kind of flowing into the actual design, which would be okay, but I want to have that differentiate, so I'll do the matte layer for the sentiment in white, and then I'll do that in black. And actually I can do that here, so let's just give myself a little bit of space, a bit of the black, and then we could do it. I'm going to do it as a Good Luck because that was the first one that I grabbed, but this would be one that would work as a sympathy. If you had to make a sympathy one,
yes,
it would be, it's always weird saying a lovely one for a sympathy card, but you know what I mean, if you're wanting to make a thoughtful card, but not an overpowering card for a sympathy one. So let's, did you think I was waiting for get that plate there? You did, didn't you?
No.
Yeah. No, I did forget, it was just I seen you look. I seen you look. You had that look as if
at the corner of my eye stare.
I've missed something, and then I noticed I had the two plates together at the side. I thought that's what it was. I thought I missed something. Right, let's run that one through, and then you can add gems or pearls or that to the back if you want to, like maybe some of the black ones. We might just do that, but it'll just take a couple of minutes just to finish this off. Or maybe let you at home do your pearls if you're going to do this. So let's take that. Once again, card blank. So our nesting dies that we've seen, we can create frames, we can do apertures, we can do shakers, but we can also use it as a way to create our card blanks. So once again, 3/4 of an inch. It's entirely up to you. Thicker, thinner if you want. And then I'm going to take my tape. So let's add that to the top. Let's then bring that one into there. And then let's take this one. And then we're going to bring in our dotty tape runner. Do you know what? I dropped mine at Hobby Maker the other day and it's broken. Have we got?
What do you need?
Our one, dotty tape runner. The actual house, there's a straight one. My actual one had broke. If you've seen me on Hobby Maker, you'll heard it drop. Awesome, perfect, thank you.
Oh look.
Studio.
You're not going to get away with
Not going to get away
one.
with that one, am I? Not going to get away with that one. You know what it was yesterday? I don't know, about 5 times I thought, oh, I need to go and replace that tape runner. And I kept getting distracted with doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then now I still
it's not
forgot.
until you come to need it, is
It's when you actually need it. It's like, oh, forgot. So, dots on the back. So I'm going to carefully prise that one off. And then that can go over there. So you've got that nice ombre, but then what we've got is we've got the leaves.
I love those leaves in the background.
Just add that little bit extra, don't they? That tiny little bit. And then, I must have dropped my pokey tool. Let's pop that in good luck, or whatever one that you want. And let's just go in here. You can use your dots for this one. I tend to not for anything this small, just in case I can be a little bit hard-handed at time, and I don't want to tear them. But if you are going to use your dots, just secure it with your finger as you're covering it. So let's go in with the good look. And because we've got a tiny little bit of white round that outer edge, Amy, it will work.
Yes, it all
Having
ties
the
it
white
in,
all
doesn't it?
ties
Yeah.
together. So let's pop that on there. Dab some of that excess off. Pop the luck. And then we're going to add that on, and then we're going to leave it there. So let's take a foam pad. So maybe a couple of gems or little ribbon bow, something like that in the corner. Little butterfly, dragonfly, something like this. So purposely, yeah, the size, the style is the same in my last one. It was more I was wanting to show you kind of the different techniques. Let's go there. Decisions. So then let's leave that there. And then we've got our ombre background with the stencils as well.
I love that,
and then we've
yeah.
done some alcohol colouring, but using the nesting dies and the stencils.
And you could use both of those techniques with both of those die sets, couldn't you? The gerbers and the roses
And
as
remember
well.
as well, that doesn't need to be that full size. If you wanted to make it smaller, just frame it with one of the other smaller nesting dies, and you could fit that onto a smaller card.
Yeah,
if you
I mean,
want.
we saw that in the samples, didn't we?
Yeah.
The archway one,
Yeah.
you can do that. Thank you. Love those. People loving all the little tips as well to help along the way. Where are we? Christine Fox says, wow, that's amazing. Must get another order in. Carol says, another stunning card.
Thank you.
Janie said, fabulous demo today. Thanks, Craig.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Great looking card. How stunning is this? Lovely card, Craig. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Love those demos. Make sure you get your orders in. You are going to have so much fun with these. Quick few more things to let you know about. A Win It Weekly reminder. Let's bring it. Look.
I read it wrong. Again, it says which of these are not. I read it wrong. Craig, just read properly, man. God, typical male.
There's only one of those then, yeah, that's not a tradition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So which of the following is not a New Year's tradition? Is it A, eating a bowl of soup at midnight? Is it B, throwing a bucket of water out the front door? Or is it C, walking around with an empty suitcase? Like, share and comment. 2 lucky winners are going to win the super-sized guillotine worth $49.99 during Friday's show. So make sure you stay tuned for those as well. But we have got... This is another new die set, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I know I've not even got round to having a play with it here today.
Look. And it's on offer as well. What are we doing?
It's bonkers.
Look at this. I mean, the most perfect time of year, isn't it? We've
well,
got Valentine's
yeah.
coming up. I don't know about you, but lots of anniversaries coming up, sort of March, April time. March, April time. Should be $19.99, $17.99. And again, I mean, you could do your card blanks from that heart. Couldn't
Of course
you?
you
Imagine
could.
an easel card done with that heart shape, and you've got that laced edge as well. This one is $17.99. We have also got your straight edge nesting dies because you can use them together.
You can, and this is where Stacey and Jen just think that little bit further because they all then work
and
together.
It's how they want you to get the most out of the dies, isn't it? So you could do your outer heart, your inner heart with the straight edge, and then your outer one with that lace edge as well. Matte and layer them up. So if you do want the straight edge nesting dies, $14.99 or $13.49 for Diamond Club members. You can see in that one you are getting 8 hearts in there in total. All of those different sizes. just a perfect add-on to a card as well, isn't it? If you just want,
It is.
yeah, a little heart on there. And with that one, you are getting your 4 cutting dies with that laced edge.
And it's a bit like ovals, Amy, whereas at home you've maybe got heart nesting dies,
Yes.
but they're not all the same. Your circle dies are the same, square dies, rectangles can be, but hearts and ovals, every brand do them at a different width, depth, whereas these are designed to work perfectly.
So you know as well, if you've already got these ones, they are going to work perfectly together. This is a card that Rachel has made. Look at that.
It was that stunning that I replicated it on Hobby Maker.
Oh, on Sunday?
Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah,
so you can go back and watch that show as well.
Yep.
But it just goes to show you don't always need to use the whole of the die. It looks stunning just, you know, off the page, doesn't it,
does,
as well?
yeah, I was that blown away, I had to recreate it.
Love that. Your laced edged nesting dies, you are getting 4 dies in there for just $17.99, and such a large size, it kind of completes the card for you, doesn't it? But we're going to come back and just recap your DL Delights, your ultimate collection. You've seen so many of the products being used by Craig today. You are getting your 4 die sets. So you are getting your scalloped edge nesting dies, 6 dies in that one. You can see your large DL size there. You are also getting your straight edged. In that one, you are getting your 12 dies in there. You are also getting, let's do the dies first, your floral panels, so you're getting your gerbras and your roses there. And then lastly, you are getting your 2 DL masks, your falling leaves and your trellis. All of that in a bundle. If you buy it as a bundle, saves £20, £60.96 or £54.86 if you are a Diamond Club member. And you can see we've shown so many gorgeous samples from the design team as well. So many different ways and ideas that you are going to be able to use these. So grab hold of those. With 2 demos today because...
what are you up to?
At 12 o'clock, I am joining Adam Humphries for Craft O'Clock. It is all about our scoreboard. So lots of different techniques. We're doing boxes, we're doing different card shapes, we are doing envelope making, everything you can do with your scoreboard. So join me and Adam for that at 12 o'clock. It is on, is it going to be on our page, Rebecca?
I think it's like dual streaming, I think.
Okay, so check out, you can watch it on YouTube or Facebook. Adam Humphries Live, you can watch it on Hobby Maker, you can watch it on, but we're just going to be all things scoreboarding
Nice.
from 12 o'clock for about just under an hour, hopefully. So I hope you can join us for that. And don't forget to send in your comments during the show for that as well. We've got a good day today.
Really good day.
Anne-Marie's at Hobby Maker as well.
Is.
She'll be there at 3 p.m. with our brand new Matastic colours for 2026. They're good, aren't they?
And can I just say, anyone that was watching on Sunday, sorry, that was my mistake if you're expecting Amy, because I was telling everyone you were in today.
I was shouting at the tell, I was like, Craig, it's not me.
Is it
Or
Thursday
it?
you're in?
Yeah, I'm there
Yeah,
Thursday.
it's Thursday. I did think it was this week.
Yeah. I'm there Thursday. So Anne-Marie's there today with brand new Matastic colours. You won't want to miss it. And a handbook.
Handbook.
It's a good one. Anyone who... Oh, shall I... Oh.
Go, yeah.
You know when people say, like, you're going to bring out a handbook with your makes in, and what we did as a team, we all made lots and lots of creations, different card ideas, boxes, things like that. It's a brilliant handbook. You will want to get it. So make sure you tune in to Anne-Marie for that. She is also there at 6 p.m. with another brand new launch, your big book of circle sentiments. They're so nice. They're just perfect.
They're so fun, aren't they?
To use with everything you've already got, but then you can use them standalone as well. Lots of card samples for that as well. So make sure you check out Anne-Marie over at Hobby Maker at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. today. Next up here on HDTV, Bex and Stacey are here tomorrow for a look at our Joyful Centerpiece Sentiments masks and our brand new Excel burnishing tool. You won't want to miss that. I know Stacey will have some amazing demos lined up for you. Thank you so much for all your comments today and for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.